Hello and welcome. This will be a snapshot reading for Taurus for mid-March 2023. Welcome to the table, Taurus. I have pre-shuffled the cards, but I will shuffle them again for you. I'm an intuitive reader. I'll be using one deck of cards only. I'll be using a 3-card spread with 2 clarifying cards for each one of those 3 cards. You will notice that some of the cards have stickers on them. You don't need to be alarmed about nudity. Everything has been covered. So it's not necessarily my favourite thing to do to some beautifully designed cards, but just for those who are sensitive about nudity. The flowers are from my garden and the crystals have been in their salt bath. Okay, let's hope you're travelling well through March, Taurus. Energy's been a little bit heavy and a little bit slow to shift, but I think that's going to change very soon. Okay, first card out, 2 of Cups, the Hierophant, and the 5 of Cups. Very strange combination, but never mind. We'll have a look and see what else is there for you. What have we got there? Oh, we've got the Lovers. Okay. Interesting. All right, I'll talk about these cards. So, got the 2 of Cups. So, as you can see inside the flask, a man and a woman, but as I say, the cards are gender neutral, so he, she, they, them. Don't pay any regard to what I say in terms of gender because the cards are gender neutral. You can see the rose there, so this is desire and passion and longing. So this can be a business partnership or 2 people who are committed, or not committed, but who are desiring of each other and hoping to start a relationship. So it can be either one of those things. Got the Lovers here up at the top of the card, so this is showing an escalation of love here. This is a commitment. This is a union. This can also be about, it does have Cupid on the card, but it also has the sun and the moon. So it can be a union of your conscious and your subconscious mind. This can also be a soulmate. This can be 2 people who should be working together to raise each other up, to bring out the best in each other, and for the highest good, to try and elevate each other at all times. So this is a union, so this is a more devoted relationship, so that's rather nice too. We've got the Hierophant here, so this is formality, establishment. This can be a marriage because this is tradition, so this can be a union of 2 people through marriage, because this would represent a priest or a minister, a parson, a spiritual leader of some sort, a teacher, a government establishment. It can be any one of those things. And again, it's got 2 aspects of the card. It's got the subconscious and the conscious mind. Again, this union card. So this speaks of unions and commitment. So that's rather nice. And it's got the 2 people as well on either side. So I would suggest that this reading is about the union of 2 people who are committed in love and devoted to one another. Sorry, I think I said the 5 of Cups. This is the 6 of Cups. I do beg your pardon. 6 of Cups. Sometimes I'm so busy looking at the picture I forget to look at the Roman numeral. 6 of Cups. So this is possibly a long-term relationship that perhaps even started when you were young. That's what I'm thinking here. This is perhaps a relationship that commenced when you were both quite young. It has an innocence. It has a joyfulness to it. This is somebody being quite innocent, playing in the sand, playing with water. It's filling the emotional cup, but in a joyful way. Okay, so this is quite an innocent sort of a card. Either this relationship is something that is innocent and joyful, or it's a relationship that's sprung out of a relationship that maybe had been started when you were young, perhaps even broken up as you got older and come together again. So it's any one of those connections, but quite an innocent energy. So this has quite a joyful, innocent energy. Let's clarify these cups. These cards. Oh, I am getting tongue-tied today. I do beg your pardon. It's extremely hot today. I don't know if I mentioned the flowers are from my garden, but I do think I did. I think the rose was struggling outside. It seems to be a little bit happier inside. It's the last of that real summer heat that you get. Probably you're getting the last of the snow in the northern hemisphere. Hopefully you'll soon see spring bulbs popping out everywhere, and we'll be soon seeing all the leaves falling off the trees. Okay, let's clarify this Two of Cups. Ooh, the Devil there. Okay, and the Nine of Cups, so this is lovely happiness. Let's clarify the Hierophant. Okay, Three of Wands, this is beautiful. Don't be alarmed with the Devil. The Devil's not always anything wrong. Strength, beautiful, because you've got strength here, so any aspects of the Devil are counteracted by strength, so it's beautiful. Seven of Swords. And the Two of Swords. It's an unusual combination. Okay, got the Devil. We'll talk a little bit about the Devil. Now, the Devil can be anything that has held you back, okay? Releasing those things, if you haven't already released them and identified them. This would be releasing anything that has bound you up, anything that has ties that maybe were not healthy for you. So these can be ties to your family, it can be ties to your mum and dad, for example. If you're in a relationship and you wish to get married, the ties between your parents, they're not severed, they're kind of stretched, I guess, to a certain extent. Your parents could be trying to be holding you back from perhaps getting married. It can be one of those situations, but the ties now are forged between your partner. So new ties are built as the others. They're not let go, but they're not of the primary importance. It can also be things that have slowed you down or held you back. It can be being, a workaholic, a drug addict, a sex addict, alcohol abuse, overeating, being overcommitted, too much sport, too much focus on gaming, television, that kind of thing. This is so anything that perhaps is not necessarily for your highest good. This is calling on you to release those things as you go forward. So as you move into this love state and this union state, make sure that any old connections, any old past romantic connections or liaisons, you allow them to pass away. You say goodbye to them, you wish them well, you forgive yourself for anything that you were not entirely happy with, or the kind of life that perhaps was not in your best interests. Forgive yourself, forgive them, and move on. Okay, and that can include your parents, because sometimes your parents, they mean the best for you and they're sometimes a little bit overprotective. Again, you would need to acknowledge that, let it go, see it for what it is, and allow it to leave your life. Allow that to... Don't carry any pain forward about those kind of relationships, because relationships are often what most of the connections are about the Devil, okay? And this is a union, this is finding this balance between this male and female energy. You need to unite that again, so don't let anything split you apart in ways of your personality or your psyche or any of your mental health aspects, okay? You've got this Nine of Cups, so everything you could wish for. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Doesn't need to be explained any more than that. This is a card that tells me that you're expanding your horizons, moving forward. Perhaps if you are getting married, perhaps you're moving away. And that could give resistance, say, from your family. They sometimes don't like to see you moving away, but if that's what your call is and you want to do those things, then by all means go ahead and do it. You need to sail your own ship, so to speak. Okay, this is about broadening your horizons, moving onwards, perhaps following your heart to either travel. It can travel or it can also mean just moving further away, but any one of those aspects where you're broadening your horizons. Here you've got strength, a lovely card. Gathering your strength, in your strength, pulling down from the divine cosmos, uniting that with your earthly wisdom and your earthly knowledge, the way you live your life, drawing it down so that you're in union with the part of your shadow side and your sunshine aspect. You know, we all have a dark side and a light side. This is finding that balance between the two, acknowledging that there are two sides to every person. That's a little bit like this here. This is sort of showing it here, the two aspects of one person, and here combining the masculine and the feminine, and the masculine and the feminine here. Also your dark side and your light side. Finding that unity, that balance, and that inner strength when you recognize that we are made up of different aspects and we're not just a two-dimensional creature. Here we have got the Seven of Swords. And in this case, normally this would be betrayal and treachery and hurt and pain, thievery. Whenever this card comes up, I talk about credit cards and bank accounts, so to be careful that your passwords are protected, that your bank accounts are well protected. If you're thinking of travelling, make sure that you keep your passports and your documents in good security, okay? Because the travel card and this card together can say that perhaps there might be some trickery or thievery, that you need to make sure that you're well guarded against those things, okay? Don't fall into the trap of being left penniless somewhere where you've got no second means of getting your hands on some money if something difficult happens to you. But it can also be about lies that you may have told yourself. So if you've told yourself any lies in the past, again, let them go. Forgive yourself. Just for some reason I got the word lies. If you've told yourself lies, sometimes we're not always honest with ourselves, and that applies to every single one of us. Let them all go, forgive yourself. Okay, this devil is really about letting go of all the hurts and pains and all the poor connections and the things that are not for our highest good. Here is a decision. Again, this is about cutting, making a decision. When you make a decision, usually it's a decision one way or another, cutting ties. This can be cutting ties with the past, cutting ties with family. It's about two, so it's again making a decision. So if you are proceeding to marriage or a commitment with someone else, it's showing here that you may need to cut some other ties, because sometimes, you know, that commitment here, particularly if the Lovers is on the table, because this is a card of devotion and commitment, a quite intense devotion and commitment where you're lifting each other up. So you need to be able to cut and let go of anything, any aspects that may damage that union and that relationship. Okay, so any decisions you need to make, anything that you need to cut out of your life, go ahead and do that, because this shows me this is a highly important card in your life. And you know, as I said, people sometimes call this the soulmate card, but it's definitely a card where you are totally devoted to one another, totally committed, and you need to focus on that, and that requires a lot of strength and energy, because it takes a lot of energy to stay committed to a partner and to keep lifting each other up. I'm going to leave it there because I think I've covered everything I need to say. I do apologise for calling that the Five of Cups. Six of Cups is a much more beautiful energy. As I said, young and innocent, lovely. And if you need to have time for fun, make sure you have time for fun. If you're travelling, take care. Okay, thank you so much for watching, Taurus. Bye for now.